Hello, all, and welcome back to my second broadcast here. As we see another CCBC Knights team, but this time the girls soccer team and the Howard CC Dragons fighting for the championship today and looking to join in on the NJCAA tournament. And we just had the national walkout and the national anthem, and we're seeing some warm-ups here, and we're about to head into kickoff. A few things I want to clear up real quick before we get into it. This is the championship game, so whoever wins this game will go to the tournament in Wichita, Kansas. Oh, okay. And we have the CCBC Essex Knights again at the top of their division with 6-0 record in their division. Right? Is that the? Oh, okay. So, correction. We will have an East District Championship game on Friday, November the 5th, between whoever wins this game and I'm assuming another team, and that will determine who goes to the NJCAA tournament. And making some adjustments back here, but the Knights again trying to secure another victory as they did so well with their boys team. Almost a little boring to watch, but I'm sure that the Howard Dragons here are going to put up a better fight as we see kickoff here. And one of the things I think that you need to realize if you're the Howard Dragons is to not get mentally blocked by the fact that your opponent is the number one seed, and just play your game. And as you see here, really trying to keep possession and make some plays around, along with the Essex being more on the defense side, I think, for the time being at least. But that does not mean anything as we are just in the first 2 minutes of the game. And I realize one crucial error now as we are seeing some attacks burn out for the Dragons that I did actually forget my glasses today. So I'm going to make my best efforts to squint and see numbers and translate that to names. Okay. All right, and for the Dragons, it looks like we're going to have a 3-man attacking core here, or a 3-woman, however you want to say it. And it's going to be centered here by number 7, Mackenzie Hunt. And on the right side, it looks like we're getting some player on the box, but we're looking for a kick in the box here, and we're not going to find it. As I was saying, though, on the left-hand side, we have number 3, Sam Dorr. Oh, and a clean open shot on the goalkeeper, but just sailed over the net there. I'm trying to see. I believe that was number 17. Maybe I'm wrong. I am wrong. No, it's number 17. So that was Remy Rollins on the Dragons with just the near miss over the crossbar. And then on the right side here, we are looking at. Okay, so the right side is going to be Mackenzie Hutt, and then the middle here is going to be Elena Rucci, I believe, if nothing has changed, or Talia Strangelin. So playing it around the backside here, the CCBC Essex Knights, it looks like it's going to be a goal kick. No one in the middle really for her. that wasn't uncovered at least, and uh, we're just going to have a kick here from our goalkeeper. And I think because it is not on the starters, I think that it is Haley Murray. A good boot out here to the right side. Not, it's gonna find a dragon, which is what you want to do there. And we're looking to attack here with Sam Dorr on the ball. She's getting pushed off a little bit. Maybe some sort of a, I don't know about that. But they call advantage here, and CCBC recovers the ball. But Howard making another defensive play, but loses it again. And then CCBC loses it again and recovers it somehow. And ACC is just going to look to play it around the back here, and we're going to have a goalkeeper pickup because it was not a pass back. And the best thing I see for the Dragons here so far is that they're getting on the offensive. They're looking to attack, and they're not letting CCBC Essex have the ball so much as the Knights did in the men's game. They want to control possession here, as we see. Ooh, yeah, I don't know about that one. Yes, that was no ball. I was going to say, Talia Strangling running down on the right-hand side, or the left-hand side, excuse me, just takes a little bit of a tumble with Danielle Lawson on the Knights. But it's going to be a free kick here and going to be taken by Sophia Jobs. So we're looking to see some maroon jerseys crash the box here. A little bit of a low kick, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. And we're going to get our first look here at the foot of Sydney Baker. Now, the one thing I want to emphasize is possession on goal kicks, because possession on goal kicks and plays out of the box. Oh, okay. That ball is still in. Okay. Anyways, possession on kicks coming out of the box is really important here for both teams, as it is on any soccer team. Just because you give up possession on a goal kick, and they have a chance to re-attack, and we're seeing some really nice defensive plays here from the Dragons on the backhand side. And Holloway turned there looking for some space, but couldn't find a whole ton of it. And the Dragons will, I believe, here have a indirect free kick. Going to be taken again by number 12, Sophia Jobs. Let's see what she's got on this one. Yeah, and that's finds a white player. Not what you want to see there, but not looking like it's going to turn into anything, as the Dragons' defense is on this ball, but they really need to clear it here. And good clear, but not a good receive. And CCBC's looking to go on the offensive, but it's going to go off our Tessa Sinati on the Dragons in the number 3 jersey. We're going to see a cross in here to the box. Not going to find anything. Good defensive play from the Dragons. They need to keep the ball, though. And it hits the face. It hits the face of Holloway on the Knights. And it looks like it's going to come out as a goal kick. Haley Murray looking to put this to the foot of someone in a maroon and black jersey. And keep possession here coming forward. We're going to see her do just that, hopefully. and Essex here on the attack, and it's just going to be full by the Dragons. But it looks like they have some life left in them, as Dietrich is going to take the ball, trying to give it up here, but really good defensive play there by the Dragons. And it's going to be a foul, I believe, on number 5, Stallbitz on the Knights, and it looks like Howard's going to have yet another indirect free kick coming out of their own side of the field. And again, it's going to be Sophia Jobs on the kick. And really good reception there by Strangelin. But good overhead kick by Riviera to get that around the Howard County HCC attacker and back into the hands of the CCBC Essex Knights. But it looks like she's going to get the ball again. And CCBC looking to go on the counterattack here, but not going to find it. Full by Howard. And Howard here looking on the right side, trying to find some kind of an opening down the sideline. They find it. Has a lane. Gonna cut to the middle. Finds Amy Rodriguez, but not able to make anything out of it. And CCBC Essex trying to go on the counterattack with a long send, and I think that should okay. Anyways, it's going to go out of bounds there, and I believe it is going to be a white throw-in, or CCBC throw-in. So, no. Okay. But CCBC Essex getting the ball here, looking at a shot on goal, finds it right past the left post. Not too much of a threat there, as it's taken a whole mile out. But again, Essex trying to get on the offensive as Howard has been for the first 5 or 10 minutes of the game, and trying to turn that momentum around for them in their favor. Sydney Baker with a good boot out to midfield, just doesn't find anyone in the white, and it's going to be a Howard Dragons throw-in. Good throw-in, but finds the head of a Knight, and the Knights again are looking for a counterattack. But good defense by the Dragons to keep that on their own side and taken away right immediately as I say that. The Knights looking for some sort of a counterattack here again. She has a drop open, but she's going to look to cross it in the middle. There's one there, but 2 Dragons are on her. And a good defensive play there by the Dragons, and we're going to look to play the ball out the side here. But just a little mistouch and a loss of the ball there on the side. It's going to be a Knights throw-in. And we're going to have our second Knights throw-in here from number 15, Daniel Lassan. Really good play in the middle by the Knights. Trying to make, and 2 people fall, but nothing happens there. And it looks like it's going to be a Knights throw-in on the left sideline or the right sideline, depending on how you're looking at it. But Howard having to stay back a little bit more as they comparison as to where they were in the first 5 minutes of the game. As CCBC Essex really pushing for something here. Good save there from Murray. And she's going to look for a Dragon here on this boot. It's up, and really good kick down there past midfield. Doesn't find someone, but maybe we can get a takeaway here. And Lassan trying to find some sort of an opening to run through, but doesn't. And it looks like Sam Dorr is going to turn around with the ball. Or, apologies, Tessa Sonati. And doesn't find anyone in the middle of the field. Good save there by the Knights goalkeeper, Sydney Baker. Or, sorry, the Howard Dragons goalkeeper. My brain is clearly not quite awake yet. All right. And I don't know if you can hear that there, but the Howard Dragons coach really trying to emphasize the pressure that they need to be putting on this ball. As you can see here, though, they get the ball coming out of midfield and strangling, trying to go for a run there, but doesn't find anything with it. And nice defensive play by the Knights. And CCBC Essex looking for someone on the left side there. They find it, but really great play there by Remy Rollins on the backside to take away that ball and any chance of them making a counterattack. It does lead to a Dragons throw-in, though, or a Knights throw-in, excuse me. And we're going to see another Knights throw-in here. And yet again, we're going to see, it looks like it's going to be a Dragons throw in here as they find possession, and we're going to have a substitute. Anna Burns joining the game in for Amy Rodriguez, and trying to mix something up on the attacking side, maybe make something happen. And we're just having a scuffle of throw-ins there on that right side. And another throw-in is going to happen, maybe a re-throw-in or something. She must have lifted her foot up. So Dragons going to find a throw-in here, finally. And ideally, they're going to keep it in play. And they do. They find Remy Rollins in there in the midfield. But again, just a little bit of a mistouch, and it's going to be sent to the Essex back line, who's going to service it back out, look for some kind of a counterattack, and a really good heads-up play there by Haley Murray. And we're going to see our first looks of Anna Burns in the center forward position there. Really important to note that everything kind of flows out of the center forward position. And the wingers matter very much, but you really have to communicate with your wingers and communicate with your other players to try and orchestrate some kind of an attack. So to see a center forward sub this early means that you really have to play to keep yourself in the game. And it might be strategic, but it needs to work for them as they're trying to find some sort of momentum going forward here. And as I say that, we're finding here Tessa Sonati on the left wing, looking right in the middle there for Anna Burns, who centers it and just doesn't find anyone in the center. It looks like it might have been an own goal there, if I'm not mistaken. Really interesting placement of that ball, and very lucky for the Essex Knights to have that go right over the crossbar, or right into the crossbar. It was almost right above the goalkeeper's head, which would not have been very good, both for team morale and in general this game for the Knights. And we're going to see a goal kick here from Sydney Baker coming out of the backhand side. Oh no, it is not going to be Sydney Baker. It's going to be one of her defenders taking it. Good stop by Rollins there, but not exactly able to do anything with it. And Jobs just takes it out of bounds. And you can see here the Dragons are really covering the Knights well on the throw-in, trying to prevent any kind of possession change. And looks like it's going to be another Knights throw-in. They have in the middle there Stallbitz on the run. I think she may be hurt. I'm not entirely sure. We might get a referee's timeout for injury here. I did not catch exactly what happened, but it looks like she's holding her face. Maybe her nose or her eye or something. looks to be in a little bit of pain, but it is going to be a drop ball here to Haley Murray on the Knights. It looks like Stolbitz is just laughing it off, so I believe we're good here going forward. And Knights finding strangling up the right side, looking for someone in the middle, trying to crash, but just a little bit of a long touch again. But almost something off of the turnaround for the Essex Knight defender. But again, you have to think that the Dragons really need to step up the touch game, as a few of them have sailed a little bit too far than they would have liked. We're going to find Essex here trying to make some kind of play out of the midfield. They have Stolbitz right there, but will they be able to get it to her? Lawson on the right side. She gets a throw in here, looking for a Knight, but finds a Dragon. And we're going to put it out there for a goal kick on the part of Haley Murray. Or, excuse me, on the part of, Haley Murray. Looking for any Dragons here. She does find one on the right side in Sonati. Is she going to capitalize on it? No. Stolbitz, good defensive play there and putting the ball out of bounds, but does come off of a Dragon. This is going to be a throw-in for the Knights. But really good defensive play there by, if my papers wouldn't fly up, number 22, Sophie Pallone. And it's going to fly out of bounds off the foot of Danielle Lassan on the Knights, and going to be a Howard Dragons throw-in here. And we're going to see Sophia Jobs try to find a run or an open Dragon here. As she does, good body there. Good body there by Strangling on the front side. And good defensive play there on the attempt at a counterattack by CCBC Essex. That counterattack being set in motion by Cara Dietrich, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Ball down the left side here, but Howard's gonna make a really good recovery. Oh, maybe I spoke too soon, and we're gonna find the Knights just trying to get the ball in the box there, but literally only one person in there. And the one difference I see here between the Essex women and the Essex men, the Essex men had all 7 in the box there, with a few stragglers left behind. And Essex women not crashing as much. Maybe they have a little bit more of a passive strategy here. But nonetheless, still playing a really well thought out game. And I think it's pretty even in possession, if I'm being 100% honest with you, as both teams are controlling the ball very well. Essex, however, has found a few throw-ins, but not exactly able to capitalize on any of them. Here, as you see again, the Dragons with really good defensive plays to get in the box, or to get it out of the hands of the Knights. And Sam Dorr here in the midfield looking for some service. She finds Stolbitz on the right side. Stolbitz trying to make something of it, but doesn't find anything there. And a good header on the backside by Abby Meadows, but we're going to see our second look here of Anna Burns trying to make something happen in the midfield. And our first look here at Yasmin Kamara. And ball's just going to go right out of bounds there for a Howard throw-in. And again, Jobs trying to find Strangling, and Strangling can't really find anything with that. But Howard, however, is going to get another throw in here, as we're going to see Jobs And the only person she can throw to here almost is Strangling. So looking for some kind of an opening down the right side, or the left side, excuse me. And just a series of throw-ins here. Ball really finding the way to the sides of the field in this game on both sides. I mean, honestly, it's a little bit different than the very central play that we saw in the last game that I casted, CCBC Essex Knights men. But we see here number 10 on the Knights, and that is Kaya Dietrich, looking for some sort of a cross, but the only person she finds there is Haley Murray. No one home for the Knights, and Murray's going to look to service us out. And a really good, deep, high kick for Murray, but doesn't exactly find the foot of a Dragon. Doesn't matter, though. The Dragons are still fighting for this ball, looking for anything to happen down the field. Not exactly anything happening for them, though, and we see here Stolbitz just giving a kick into nothingness almost, but somehow CCBC Knights recover there and just going to push it right out of bounds on the goal line there. It's going to be another goal kick for Haley Murray. And as you can see here, the Knights really are a well-coordinated team just with how they know each other and how they know positionally wise where they're going to be. And it speaks to how much of a well-oiled machine they are, probably in practice as well, and maybe off the field along with that. In order to be a team, you have to build that chemistry up, and with chemistry, you are much stronger than a lot of other you're much stronger than just raw players. So I like to see here the chemistry coming from the Knights in the way that they are able to coordinate touches and where the ball is going and who gets it and runs and stuff like that. But that's not to say that the Dragons aren't doing that as well. It really stood out to me how well the Knights are playing this game right now. But we are going to find the Dragons here on the counterattack. It's going to be Strangling looking for something. Anna Burns trying to find a kick into the box, but just finds the hands of Sydney Baker there. Really good counterattack there by the Dragons. Would like to see someone in the middle for the Dragons trying to take ownership of that cross, but really good play to turn that around and sprinting down the field there. And we're going to see them taking possession again here on the right side. I'm not going to... Oh, it is going to be a Knights throw in here. And Strangling on the front side. A really good touch out there, but not a little bit too much for Cara Dietrich to get a foot on that ball. And it's going to be a Howard throw in here, as Jobs is going to look for anyone that's open, but really good coverage in here by the Knights. And the one thing I see the Dragons taking advantage of here has to be Strangling and how sizable she is in terms of how she can body the Knights and keep herself shielded, or keep the ball shielded, I should say. I'm trying to say this in a respectful way, but she's very extremely tall and a very big body, as we would say in a men's soccer, but she can do a really good job of shielding the ball, and I'm sure she's a threat on headers, throw-ins, and other plays such as that. And we're going to see the Dragons here just getting a foot on the ball, but unfortunately sails out of bounds again, and the Knights taking over. Now the one thing you notice, and that should be pretty close to offsides, but wow, really great play there. Really great play there from the Dragons, Haley Murray, to come out there and stop that from going anywhere. Great heads-up play and great stop by the Dragons on something that could have turned really bad really quickly. And as I was saying, prior to this. The one thing that I noticed here is whereas the men would play in triangles, the women are very much playing for uh, raw plays, like sending it up the sideline, and they not exactly using the pass look for some sort of an opening. Um, so it's a little bit of a different game to call because you're looking for the passes going around, but all it is just sending it back and forth, almost like a table tennis game. Whereas one gets the ball and sends it back to the other, who sends it back to the other. It's a repetitive type process. And Haley Murray gonna pick up that ball there, looking for one of the Dragons here. We see Jops on the left side. She's open, but just gonna take a boot to it. Sends it right to Staubin on the Knights. That's not exactly what they wanted, but good defensive play from Howard to stifle that counterattack. However, it's going to be another throw-in for the Knights. No one home for the Dragons there on that throw-in. We're gonna have a cross in here. Oh wow, really great defensive play, and really good way to get your hands on the ball there from Haley Murray. Dragons stop that very dangerous cross there, and really great to see that. I'm gonna see, yep, and I was about to say we're gonna see a foul here in the midfield. Just a little bit of a pushing going on here, and rightfully so, because these teams are fighting for a spot in the NJCAA tournament. There's bound to be some scuffling somewhere, and we're gonna see a good kick here by Jops, looking for a Dragon, doesn't find one. The Knights taking possession here, looking for a counterattack, and really good turn play there by Holloway. And on the left side, we're going to see the Knights trying to regain possession of the ball, but good body there on the part of the Dragons by Zubak. And it's going to be a goal kick coming out for the Dragons. And we are going to see a substitute here for the Dragons, and Molly Nichols in the center forward position. Or maybe not the center forward position. But nonetheless, trying to get some energy back up for the Dragons, trying to make some kind of counterattacks happen. Staubin trying to play the ball into the box, though. Doesn't find a Knight. And just going to kick it right directly to Murray on the front side, or in the goalkeeper box. But really great kick by Murray there, maybe able to turn something out of this for the Dragons. And good way to get on the ball by strangling, but she's double teamed. Not much she can do there. Good recovery on the part of Jackson. And Dragons looking for some sort of a counterattack. It's just a little bit lackluster, and the Knights put it out of bounds on that right side. Good throw in, though, for the Dragons, and it's going to look like another one even further down there.
Will, find the ball. Thank you.
And Dragons crossing one into the box, but doesn't find anyone. But it's gonna be a nice recovery there. We have on the right hand side. Oh, okay. I think the goalie might have had possession there, but it might not matter. Oh, and offsides maybe. I'm not sure what they're gonna call there. Oh, it looks like a push in the box on the part of the Dragons. So whether or not that goal had been in, it would not have mattered either way. But a really great way to turn around that ball there. And good sacrifice. So as you saw there, Anna Burns putting herself in the line of fire by the goalkeeper, and just way to get her body in the way and stop the comfortable possession of the ball. In my opinion, the goalie might have had possession there, and it should have been a foul, but in the ref side, it was not. Either way, we see Essex Knights here on a counterattack, but so many black and maroon jerseys on that back side. It's almost impossible to get through. It's like a wall. And we're going to have a throw-in here from the Knights, as has not been uncommon this game. A lot of throw-ins from both teams on both sides of the ball. And Strangling on the front side are looking for someone. Gets a pass back, looks for a cross into the box, and doesn't really find anyone. No one home there again for the Knights, and just finds the hands of Murray, who looks to pass it out here and finds the foot of Lasan, who puts it out of bounds, and it's going to be a Howard throw-in here as we see Strangling trying to put it on the right side for Anna Burns, but not able to turn anything out of that. And Essex Knights are going to boot it right back down all the way to Haley Murray, and she's going to look to service this ball out once more. And a little bit of a duck down of the ball there, but the Essex Knights are going to find possession, and they're going to take a shot from outside of the box. It's just not going to have any sort of an effect, not nearly close enough for them, and not nearly powerful enough. And Murray with a really clean save. And a good boot out there to midfield, but will it find the foot of a Dragon? It won't. It will find the head of a Knight in number 12, Samantha Hosier. But again, another throw-in coming in here for the Knights, or for the Dragons. Looking for an opening there. We find Strangling. Oh, maybe. Or maybe she lifted up her foot. Maybe she lifted up her foot. I'm assuming that's what it was. So a re-throw in there for the Knights, looking for a really quick counterattack. Finds something, but it's going to go out of bounds, and it looks like we're going to have a takeover on the ball. Strangling trying to stay open. But again, so many Dragons there and not as many Knights. Does find the head of Strangling, though, and put right back up into the air. But the Dragons just need to clear this ball out here. And they do, but it finds the foot of a Knight, and an attempt at a kick there, or attempt at a kick there from Hosier in the midfield. Just sails a little bit left of the post. Not exactly any threat there to Murray in the goal. And the Dragons are going to take over in possession once again. Murray with good service out there. Finds sails right through a Dragon player. But they're going to be really aggressive here on the front end, looking for possession of the ball and trying to make some sort of counterattack, but they don't find that here, and it's going to look like the Dragons playing the ball out of the back again, but needs to find the foot of a maroon and black, and simply doesn't there, and that's going to be a foul on the backhand side, most definitely. So taking the fall there for the Dragons is Amy Rodriguez, and hopefully that wasn't too nasty. But we're going to find an indirect free kick here from a little bit behind midfield for the Dragons. Good service, though, with just a bunch of white there, and not too many maroon jerseys, and put back out of bounds there for the Dragons. And a really good throw in, though. Just sails over the head of any Dragons players. And the CCBC, another big send on the ball, but another good heads up play by Haley Murray to take that away. Oh, wow. Sorry, but I just saw I just saw Lasan come all the way back up from that right-hand side and deny that ball on Stranglin. Stranglin really could have turned there and made something happen on the front end of anything of the field there. But another little clash there. And Howard finding possession, but not keeping possession is what they would like to do. However, the same can be said for the Essex Knights, as they are also playing really good possession game, but just not keeping possession as much. Sorry. Having a little bit of scuffle on the side of the parents here. Sorry, we're having a little bit of some parental issues on the opposite side of the field here. It looks like we're gonna have to resolve this issue before we resume play. But just a little tidbit here. The Dragons looking at the number 3 position in their division, and the Essex Knights number 1, and the Dragons to be able to stay in this game here is very pivotal for them, and the ability that they are showing in the prowess to not be intimidated and to actually be fighting really well for this is just something else in that. And we're hopefully going to see some sort of a resolution here as one of our representatives.
Can we keep going, or do we have to wait for this?
It looks like we're.
Our athletic director's on the way over to take care of it.
Sorry for the interruptions here. We're trying to resume play after what's going on with the parents, but it looks like we're going to just have a unofficial timeout as both teams are going to go grab some drinks of water.
My point is, can we play soccer? I just told him. Okay. We're getting it resolved.
All right, and it looks like we're about to resume play here. The parents have been settled. It reminds me of my days back at home where parents would not be so nice to one another. And even though they make the very long announcement at the beginning of the game that says, let the parents support, let the coaches coach, and let the players play, and, sometimes that doesn't ring through with all the parents. So fortunately here, though, we're going to see a resume in play, and a really strong one at that, with Lasan coming in from the backside there and denying that throw in. Oh, but she takes a little tumble here, and going to try to capitalize on this is Strangling. She has a lane up the left-hand side. Will she be able to fast? Oh, and it goes right out of bounds. She really almost could have capitalized on that run. Just a little bit of a mistouch there on the left foot, and puts it out of bounds for a throw in here for the Knights. The Knights trying to make something happen, though, finds the foot of a Dragon, unfortunately, and the Dragons are going to try to play it out of the middle here, but gives up possession again to the Knights. And we're going to see Holloway trying to make a run down the front side, but doesn't really find anyone. Dragons possession again, looking for a counterattack, but doesn't find anything. And another throw-in. The sheer amount of throw-ins in this game has been, I haven't seen this in a really long time. The ball is played far, far more to the outside, and the Dragons here with a chance at a cross, and finds the foot of a Knight and put out of bounds. So it is going to be a throw in here for the Dragons. Or sorry, excuse me, a corner kick for the Dragons. And as you can see here, a few of the Dragons setting up on the top of the key, or the box, excuse me. And they're likely going to crash. Here we are. There's a crash going on. The ball just a little bit low, but it's going to find the foot. It's going to find the foot of Jobs, but not exactly any threat to that ball there. Although really great heads-up play to be there on the backside for the recovery on a little bit of a fluffed corner kick. And we're going to see another goal kick, but not by the goalie. Really good ball, though. It comes off the head of a Dragon. And strangling, but gets her head on it, but doesn't find anyone. And a good turnaround play there by the Knights. And strangling again, trying to put her body on someone. Doesn't find anyone, and the Dragons are going to sail that one out of bounds for a nice throw-in. Strangling, though, oh, and I think that's going to be called on her for a little bit of a trip up on Stallbits on the front side. And we're going to see a kick here from Abby Meadows on the part of the Knights. She's the one who's been taking their goal kicks for him. It means he has a really good foot, and she does. Puts the ball in there for the Knights, but the Knights not able to make anything of it, and we're just going to see Strangling on the play out here, looking for someone on the front-hand side. We have Zanati running down the middle. Is she going to be able to beat her man? Just doesn't, and the ball is going to be sent out of bounds there for the Knights, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Dragons on the right side. And Dragons trying to fight for that ball there. Just doesn't find anything of it, and it looks like it's going to be a corner kick. And as you heard there, or maybe didn't hear, I believe that's 2 minutes left in the first half. And the Dragons trying to make something of it here with a kick, but just, again, sails a little bit too low. Oh, and a little bit of a muff up there from Baker, but nonetheless recovers the ball. As I was saying, most of these corner kicks have been really low. They really need to elevate their kicks and put them to a head or something. Just setting the ball through the box like that isn't exactly going to work. But again, Dragons with another attack on Baker, but Baker stands strong and keeps that ball. But it looks like the loss of possession is going to cause for an CCBC counterattack, and as soon as I say that, good clearance there by the Dragons. It's going to find it's going to go to be a Knights throw-in, though. And the one thing I've noticed is that the Dragons do crash on players a lot. So if someone has the ball, if someone has the ball here, it looks like the Dragons are really trying to contest there and crash. They send two girls to the ball, or two women to the ball, and it really shows how desperate they are to get this ball back and start on another counterattack. And as you can see here, though, just not able to get the services on point, not able to keep the ball, and it looks like Callaway's might find a counterattack for the Knights here. She finds on the left-hand side there. That's Dietrich, I believe, and not able to make anything out of it. And it looks like we're going to get a 10-second countdown, and we're just going to go to halftime here. So your halftime score here at Dragon Stadium was 0-0 Dragons and the Knights deadlocked in their fight for a spot in the championship game, but not exactly incredibly proficient play on either sides of the ball. However, the Dragons, I'm sure, are impressed with themselves for putting up such fight, and they should be at that. And I think that we're just going to take a quick break here as we put some time on the halftime clock. And 14 minutes on the halftime clock. I will be back in just about that much time, so we can start the second half for you guys. And stay tuned.
Second half action underway here in Columbia, Maryland, the home of the Howard Community College Dragons, as we see a shot in just the first few seconds here, a long one by Kara Dietrich, as she's going to try to work to get herself more involved into the game in the second half, and decided to just let one loose. Haley Murray with the easy save for the Dragons. Both teams a little bit sluggish in that first half. A bit more of a battle of attrition than it was of really just a lack of clear possession for both teams and not a whole lot of chances to get goal scoring opportunities. Looking at the first half stats, Howard had 6 shots in the first half, Essex with 5. And the referee is just going to pull it back for a throw-in a little bit further back. These two teams very familiar with each other, and this is a rematch of the 2020-21 season region championship game, a game in which the Dragons were able to defeat the Knights. However, the Knights got their revenge in the district championship game where they went up against each other again and were able to take it. Played forward. Now the Knights have something going on here. Dietrich plays it up for Holloway. Holloway tries to give it back to Dietrich, but it's stolen away by Jobs. Long shot, and that is going to just curl wide as Kylie Staubitz was trying her luck from distance. On the turf field today, after the torrential rain that came down yesterday, and the grass field adjacent to us was deemed unplayable, so we have shifted over to the turf field for championship Saturday today. Dragons in their black with their maroon accent, going from left to right in the second half. And the Knights in their whites, going from right to left. Sonati of the Dragons throws it down the line. Stangerlin tries to pull it back, and it's going to be poked away by Patricia Rivera. And that is going to be crossed in, but not very effectively. And really nothing going there for Howard. Cold, windy day here in Howard. The sun's just starting to poke through a little bit to hopefully warm things up on the field. Headed sideways by Hunt, and it's going to be a Howard throw-in. Sonati takes it quickly, looking for Stangerlin again. Stangerlin gets a little turned around there, and the ball will go out for another throw-in. This time, Sonati will find Nauman. Plays it up for Stangerlin. And taken away. Good job by Mackenzie Hunt to not only take the ball, but also play it off of Sonati and win a throw-in for her team. And Sonati, unable to control that one, will go out for a goal kick. Knights come into the game with an 8-3 record. They won 3 of their last 4 to end the regular season, with their lone loss coming against Montgomery. Dragons, they come in at 12-2 after winning their semifinal game against Film State. Sonati into the box, a hard tackle in, but a good job by Hunt to take the ball first, and it will be a corner kick. Sonati went down hard, and she's just trying to recover from that. It was a clean slide tackle. It was all ball from the Essex defender. It will be Sophie Jobst over to take the corner kick. Her powerful left foot will be able to swing it right in. Going for the near side post. It falls in, and it's played out by Hunt again. And it's going to be a second corner kick for Howard. Jobst into the box, headed on by Stangerlin, blocked away, it's still bouncing around. Rollins trying to fight for it. A Knights player goes to the ground, trying to tackle it away. Played across. Another hard tackle. Referee stops play. I'm not sure what he's going to call here. Now we're going to stop the clock. The referee will now consult with his near side assistant referee. The referee still conferring there is an injured player for the Dragons still in the box. I believe it was Nichols who was injured on that play. This is the longest conference between referees to make a call that I can remember. They don't have video replay to go to here. So Nichols is the player that's going to be limping off the field, but we are still not sure what the referee has called here. This is just a bizarre situation, folks. Referees have been talking now for close to 2 minutes, still trying to decide what to call. Now the referees will break off and the referees are going to say no foul at all, and they're just going to do a drop ball to replay. That is just now the referee will now talk to some of the Dragon players to try to give some explanation. Referee now pointing in different directions, still trying to understand what's going on. And the referee is just going to end up dropping the ball and allowing the goalkeeper to pick it up. So play will continue. Now, it's going to be Holloway. Holloway gets past the Dragons defense. Holloway's shot! Oh, it's off the post! Zeta Holloway had a chance to break the scoreless tie, and she hit it off the metalwork. And the Dragons defense was caught napping on that one and are fortunate to not concede a goal on that one. So the Dragons will try to compose themselves after that. Perhaps still a little shaken up after the play on the opposite box. Stanger then picks up the ball, finds Rollins. Rollins will try to go deep, headed out nicely. As Samantha Hosier tried to shut it down. Kamara tried to get that. Sonati trying to fight through. Ball deflects sideways towards the near sideline, and it will be a Howard throw-in, and Anna Burns will check into the game. So Anna Burns will come back into the game, replacing Amy Rodriguez and going to play up top. Throw in Kamara, trying to fight for possession, and that ball will just run all the way out for a goal kick. Kicked out. It's going to be Hunt, playing it towards the middle, finds Holloway. Holloway looks for the overlapping Dietrich. She's there. Celia Jackson, the Dragons' central defender, trying to slow her momentum down. Oh, Dietrich will take the shot, and it will go off the near side netting and out for a goal kick. But another good play for the Knights, who have really picked up the energy here in the second half and have had the better opportunities. Haley Murray, the Dragons goalkeeper in her bright pink uniform, will take the goal kick, and that will go out for a throw-in. And that will be caught by the wind a little bit and will be said to be going in and out, so the Dragons will get the throw-in. Now Rollins plays it up, looking for Yassine Kamara, who's trying to chase down. Kamara tries to go through and is shut down on a strong play by Aya Neal. Jopes throws it up, Stangerlin, and she is called for the foul, I believe. It is a foul on the Dragons. Played up by Hosier. Cut out by Poloni, but Poloni kind of just shanks that one straight up into the air. Nauman able to fight through possession, goes through Sam Dorr, and tries to hit up. Sonati will try a second time, head it out again. And Hosier on a third try gets it forward, looking for Zeta Holloway. Holloway challenging Zubak, still trying to go through, taking on two Dragon defenders, and Celia Jackson is able to play it out. Dorr throws it in, looking for Dietrich. Dietrich into the box, plays it across, and it's saved by Murray. A good job by Dietrich to try to take a shot on the tight angle, but Murray was able to cut it out. Strong wind right now as it's going towards the far side of the field, a crosswind. It will be Dietrich going to the far side to take this against the wind. She'll hit a low line drive and it will go straight out for a goal kick. These two teams did play each other in the regular season, with Essex getting the better of it. They won 4-2 in that game. As Holloway gets in the box and Zubak comes across and takes it away at just the last second before Holloway was going to get her shot off. In that regular season game, Essex just shocked the Dragons right out of the gate, scored 3 goals in the first 13 minutes of the game. Howard tried to claw back from there, but it was just too much for them to overcome. Dietrich is going to curl this one towards the penalty spot. Sonati is able to clear it out as the Dragons will now try to push out. Rivera able to make a turn. We'll look up towards field. Finds Door. Door's got some room to turn, but just a little bit of a heavy touch as she tried to turn with it. And Poloni was able to pounce. Baker playing with it a little bit, does kick it out under pressure from Burns. Staubitz gives that one away. But Hosier comes flying through and takes it right back, and then is unable to get the through ball through Poloni. Ooh, a hard hit from behind, and we're going to stop the clock, and I believe that is going to be an accumulation yellow card, as Staubitz has been called for numerous fouls throughout the game, and this time she will be carded. She had gotten a verbal warning in the first half. So Staubitz will be the first player booked in this game. Neo clears this one out. Headed on. Rollins tries to play it forward and just a little bit too hard, and Dragons were not able to get on the other end of that one. Some good news for the Dragon faithful, as Molly Nichols appears to be good to continue, and she will check back into this game at the next time out. So great to see that she's able to recover from that knock she took in the box. Kamara trying to fight through Neal, tries to play it back to Sonati, and that will be out for a Knights throw-in. Holloway has plenty of space to turn and look, and she'll just boom up the field under pressure. Poloni finds Stangerlin. Stangerlin's just going to try to dribble right past Lasan. She's pulls it back. Now she's going to cross it. Kamara tries to chest it down. Rollins gets on the other end of it, and Neal blocks the shot away. Dragons starting to show some life as the energy has picked up. Now can the Knights counter the other way? Holloway, and is tripped up from behind by Zubak, and the clock will be stopped as Zubak will see yellow on that one. Zubak knew exactly what she was doing on that one. That is a as they call it, tactical yellow, just knowing that you're going to get it, but have to try to slow her down, otherwise it was going to be a fast break. Abby Meadows will line this one up as she's going to likely try to just plop this right into the middle of the box. That's a beautiful ball by Meadows in. Holloway heads it on, and it's saved by Murray. Knights did everything right there, except Murray got in the way and is able to keep this scoreless. Long punt being bounced around, still going backwards. Played in. Sonati trying to get through to it, and Baker is able to get on and save their team from giving up a chance themselves. Baker with the low punt, bounces over Hosier. Nauman plays it into Kamara. Played up by Rivera. Zubak just gives that one away. Rivera still trying to go forward. Sonati trying to get on that, but it's taken away by Hunt. And Zubak will play it up. She finds Kamara. Kamara does a great job of holding up the play and trying to find for Sonati on the overlap. And Jackson will play it up. Neal will get to it first, but Kamara is going to put on the pressure. Nichols does check back in, and it will be Kamara who comes out. So Nichols will go to the left midfield position with Stangerlin being moved up to a forward role. Throw into the middle, Stangerlin trying to turn on Dorr, and it goes back to Zubak. Meadows plays it up to Dietrich, trying to control it. Plays it on for Holloway, and Holloway just can't quite get a touch on it to trap it down. Dietrich will pick up the clearance. It'll be out for an Essex throw-in. Neal heads it forward. Maloney again, moving way up and ahead of the rest of her defensive line, but able to make a key interception, and Dragons will be able to switch the field. Stangerlin, what a turn there. Now she's going to look for somebody to go to. She crosses into the middle looking for Sonati, and Sonati is called for the offsides on the play. Meadows booms a kick past midfield. Dietrich, what a soft touch there, able to bring it down. Hunt trying to give it back to Dietrich. Comes sliding through. She'll try Holloway instead on the near sideline. Holloway to Rivera. Rivera's going to try a toe poke shot from long distance, and that's going to go wide of the net and not really trouble Murray at all. Just over 26 remaining in this second half. As you can see, the Essex men's soccer team coming off the bus and starting to get ready for their championship game, which will start at 2:30 today, as it will be the double-header championships of Essex versus Howard. Sonati clears it out. Nichols comes flying through, trying to get onto it. And it's going to be taken away instead by Staubitz, who's able to turn it around and earn a throw-in. Poloni able to cut out that throw-in. Dragons looking for somewhere to go with it. Nichols just carrying the ball. Now she gives it off to Rollins. Rollins flips it forward, but taken away by Rivera. Poloni tries to play it forward for Stangerlin, cut out by Meadows. Knights head coach Stephen King actually just made a tactical move where he flip-flopped Dietrich and Holloway, trying to maybe take advantage of a mismatch on the near side, really just trying to find a way to get it to a star striker, Kara Dietrich, who's scored 28 goals this year and is one of the best players in the country, it has to be said. But so far this game just really hasn't had a huge impact. Dietrich does have 5 shots, but none of them have really been of her normal quality, and Dragons have done a good job of just trying to slow her down and not allow a player that good to get an opportunity. Now the Dragons off the corner kick. Jokes into the box. It's a beautiful ball. Snotty gets onto it, but she can't quite get it towards goal, and it is cleared out by Dietrich. Holloway trying to muscle off Nauman, and she will get it out as both teams will look to reset. Jackson will just boom it into the box, trying to play the long ball. Howard has really started to play more and more long balls recently, kind of giving up on the short game. Jokes again over the top, headed away by Neal. Hosier able to turn, looking for Dietrich, but cut out by Zubak. Zubak will just play it long again, and Neal cuts it out. Zubak over the top once more, and it will go all the way to Baker. Tessa Sonati, the Dragons midfielder on the wing, on the near side, was pushed so far forward. Zubak really didn't have a short option to go to. So you can't really blame her for trying to go over the top, but if you're the Dragons coach, you would think that you would want to try to get some more sustained possession and work the short passing, work the ball up the field, because the long balls clearly have just not worked in this game. The Essex defensive line has been too good. Snotty able to play it off of Hunt, and it's going to be a Howard throw-in. Handball called on Stangerlin. It will be Meadows once again to take the free kick here just over the half line. But she has enough of a leg to put this into the box. Another beautiful ball right to the top of the box, headed out by Rollins. Dragons just aren't really getting to the first ball right now. Rollins plays it long, and Stangerlin trying to jockey for position with Neo. It will be a goal kick. Stangerlin just looks like she's running at 80% right now. Not sure if it's fatigue or an injury, but not quite her normal self. Holloway looking to go forward. Now it's going to be chipped over the top by Hosier. Staubitz has some room to turn. Cuts it inside. Staubitz to the middle, finds Dorr. Dorr tries to just set herself up for a shot, but too many Dragons in the way, so Dorr's going to try to go around the outside, and Rollins has come all the way back to make the stop. Thrown towards the middle. Taken away, and Howard will just clear it out. They've got all 11 players behind the ball right now. Neal trying to get around Burns. Goes wide. Looking for Lasan. And a couple of substitutions as Kamara will come in. Both teams hurting for numbers right now, with the Dragons having 3 healthy players on the bench and the Knights only 2. So there's been very little substituting going on in this game as a foul is called against the Knights there. In fact, the Knights have only played 12 players in this game, with Kaylin Lapointe, who just came into the game, being the only player off the bench to see action. So it's possible they only have 12 healthy players. They did have 13 listed on the roster for their game today being activated. Dietrich finds Hosier. Hosier will try her luck from distance, and that one will just roll all the way to Murray. Punted over the top. Sonati tries to just push it forward. But it's going to be Lasan. Sonati still trying to fight through a couple of Knights to get to it, but it is going to be cleared out by Meadows, but only for a throw-in. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but we are back up and running with just under 12 minutes remaining left in this second half. It's going to be Hosier, plays it up, looking for Dietrich. Dietrich, she's going to try her luck, and that one's going to go just wide. As Kara Dietrich continues to try to have an impact in this game. Played to midfield. Stangerlin trying to hold off Rivera. Played forward by Staubitz. Dietrich trying to get through. Rollins. Dietrich finds Hunt. Dietrich will now try a left-footed shot, and that one's going to go wide of the net as well. She went wide left last time, wide right this time. Once again, played towards Stangerlin, who tries to turn on Rivera. Gets it over to Sonati. Sonati still going forward with it. Plays it, was looking for Nichols on the near sideline here. Thrown into Dorr. Holloway able to keep it in. Still Holloway goes through. Finds Dietrich in the middle. It's tripped up by Poloni. Collision in the box. Bodies all over the place. And there are no calls at all. You could probably hear the Knights coaching staff pleading their case for a call in the box, and he has a legitimate argument there, as there was a trip up, and that very well could have been a penalty kick. Kicked away by Meadow, excuse me. Rollins gets it forward to Stangerlin. Comes out to Nichols. He tries to cut inside. Slides over to Sonati. Sonati, she'll try a luck on a shot, and that goes just wide. And it will be hit away by Baker. So give her credit for the save. So Rodriguez goes in for Kamara for the Dragons, and Lasan goes back into the game, taking over for Kalen Lapointe. Corner kick for Howard. It will be Nichols on the near sideline to take it. Into the box, Stangerlin header, goal! Talia Stangerlin rises above everybody, heads it into the goal, and the Dragons take the lead with 8 minutes remaining.
I got it on video. Go, God! Yeah!
Talia Stangerlin scores her 12th goal of the season, and it's her biggest one of the year. And the Dragons now are 7.5 minutes remaining from a second straight regional championship. Staubitz comes jumping through. Almost made contact with Murray. And she's got to be careful because she's already on a yellow. Murray. Long kick there. Meadows just hits it straight up into the air. Picks it up. Rodriguez and Hosier will kick out at Rodriguez. Foul is called. So Jopes will take this ball, and it is from a central location. She might be able to get a good shot. Jopes tries to go for a low curler. Goes back to Jopes. She'll try a right foot this time. Headed on by Rodriguez. Straight up. Stangerlin taken out from behind, and the clock will be stopped. It will be a penalty kick. Stangerlin taken out from behind by Meadows. And a penalty kick will be called. So the Dragons will say Molly Nichols is up to take the kick here from the penalty spot. And Nichols will have a chance to put the Dragons up by 2. Nichols lines it up, shot, goal! Molly Nichols confidently puts it into the top right corner of the net, and the Dragons lead 2-0. And a yellow card has been given to the Knights coaching staff as they have been over there chirping at the referee. Foul called on the Knights, and now the Dragons will be able to take their time. For a while, it looked like it was going to be Essex that were going to break through. They were having most of the good chances during this second. And this clock will be stopped again, and this time a yellow card will be given, I believe, to Dietrich for rushing on the free kick. So Dietrich will be the third player that is broke, fourth player broke third for Essex in this game. Kick towards the middle. Dietrich settles it down. Neal plays it up. Jackson just boots it straight up into the air. And Jopes will just play it out as the Dragons will continue to pull back more bodies and just try to hang on. Knights will be pushing more and more forward. Only one player back for the White right now, and after the ball's cleared out, that one player will get control in Meadows. Rodriguez trying to fight through it, and Meadows able to slide tackle it away. And Sonati called for the foul as she ran over the back. It will be Meadows trying to boot one forward. Hangs up into the air, and Poloni able to get to it first. Hosier takes it away. Trying to dribble through Jackson now. And it's going to be cleared out again, this time by Nichols, as she will just punt it down. And on this turf, it'll just roll for miles. And it will go out of play, but a good coffin corner. And it looks like it's actually going to be a Dragons throw. No, they're just handing the ball back to the Knights. Staubitz throws it up, finds Neal. Neal boots it up the field, looking for Dietrich. Under 3 minutes remaining. And a foul is called against the Dragons, so the Knights will be able to put a lot of bodies forward now and try to get one into the box. Dietrich, beautiful curler right in there. Holloway trying to run into it, headed on by Rivera, saved by Murray. Punted long, and Rodriguez will just head it sideways. Dragons win the throw in just 2 minutes remaining, as they are primed to repeat. Knights trying to make one big push. They need to get a goal quickly here if they want a chance. Neal puts it into the box, and Murray will just let it roll all the way down, and she will just trap it and take her time. And every second that ticks down, Murray punt it long, finds Rodriguez, who plays it wide, looking for Stengerlin. And that will go out for a throw-in. Snotty wins the throw-in for Howard. Snotty throws it back to Jobst. Hits it forward, Rodriguez. Can't quite settle it down, but it's going to go to Stengerlin. He's going to switch the field, looking for Nichols, headed straight back by Rivera, and it will go all the way back to Baker. 45 seconds remaining. Dragons can taste it now. Hunt hits it forward for Jobs. Back up to Rodriguez, who's done a great job just holding up play for the Dragons. And then, after saying that, she gives it away. Sonati comes all the way back and wins it for Howard. It's countdown. Will start. And so will the celebrations as the Howard Community College Dragons women's soccer team repeats back-to-back Region 20 Division II championships for Howard. So the Dragons will host the district championship here as they look to go back to the national tournament. And another feather in the cap for head coach Kate Seagroves, who is coaching in her 401st game. So we will stick around as the trophy ceremony will be underway momentarily. But that will do it for me as we will start preparing for the men's championship, which will start at 2:30. So make sure to stay tuned for that one, as that will be another great contest of soccer as well. On behalf of everybody here at Howard Community College, we thank you for watching this game. Final score, CCBC Essex 0, Howard 2. They are the champions once again.